Now we will have the presentation from Vertiv Energy that provides the most critical power solutions. I would request Mr. Sanjay Zadoo, Country Manager, Channel Business, Vertiv Energy India, to address the audience.
It's amazing what humans have accomplished. Cars that think, machines that learn, healthcare that predicts. The progress of tomorrow has yet to be imagined, but it will rely on data. It will rely on Vertiv. Vertiv ensures data gets where it needs to be uninterrupted. Critical power is always running. Servers perform at optimal temperatures. Infrastructures grow safely and responsibly. Applications run without glitches, and life leaps forward again. Getting there takes vision and agility. Our leading experts think beyond infrastructure, connecting the dots to create integrated, intelligent ecosystems, to create a future that takes innovation to the next level. And when business needs shift, we work closely with our customers every step of the way. Together, we ensure they are ready before they ever need to be. Vertiv provides continuity in our digital world, so we remain unbound, liberated, free to create the next big thing. Vertiv, architects of continuity.
Let me first wish all our partners a very good afternoon. And I'm sure that all of us are recovering from pandemic more physically, well, emotionally as well, and business is also on the recovery path. So while we were asked to choose the topic, I think I was wondering what topic to choose. So I chose acquiring the edge with Vertiv. Reason being, while we are recovering from pandemic situation, I was wondering what is it which is at the verge of explosion, which business is at the verge of explosion. So I think we unanimously thought that edge is where I think it's about to explode. And Vertiv really can bring value about talking about the edge as a solution. So to begin with, I think I will take a quick snapshot on about Vertiv. Well, when it comes to any discussion about critical IT infrastructure, okay, Vertiv is one principle which is a trusted solution in critical IT infrastructure. Not only that, I think we also promise partners good ROI support in terms of deploying solution and really good service capabilities to make it very easy and profitable for you. Vertiv as global organization, I think caters to more than 70% of Fortune 500 companies with a sales turnover of $4.3 billion, employee size of around 20,000. Customer base, as I said, most of the Fortune 500. I mean, some of the names are listed here. And manufacturing sites around 28. Lot of emphasis and investments into R&D. So, and we are operational in 51 countries. We also have various offerings, be it a department of power management, be it a department of thermal management, or anything which is related to IT and infrastructure and solutions along with services. Our footprint is global. We have existence in EMEA, America, and Asia Pacific. Most of the customers which we cater is from data center, communications, and commercial and industrial customers. We have our service capabilities, which is 4x than any other competition. Footprint across globe. I think this is how we appear to be seen globally. Well, I think two bits on edge as a concept, because I think we all need to fall on the same page as we are discussing a topic which is very important. Important from your standpoint, important from our standpoint, as it's going to be a very good collaboration, going forward. So what is edge? Edge is fundamentally driven by the data. While we see ourselves, okay, need of data very close to customer. Currently, we see, it is very low, data available at the edge. But over the period of time, I think there is going to be an explosion. By 2025, the prediction is that it's going to be around 90 zettabytes, which is that type of a data handling, at edge. The key drivers with respect to this technology is where we are talking about machine to machine latency sensitivity, which is where we ensure that response is pretty fast. Human latency sensitivity, where we ensure that, that any human services, are really at a flash of click. And critical life and data intensive, especially when the cloud infrastructure is heavily loaded on data churning, and it's expected that over the period of time, a lot of data will be localized, locally required, and primarily because the technologies, the IoT, AI, machine learning, etc., is driving this as an opportunity. With the market estimate and potential, I think I talked about that currently that the 10% of enterprise generated data is processed outside traditional cloud center. Or, however, we see that this by 2022, as Gartner is predicting that it will touch around 50%, which to us would mean around 6.7 to USD billion dollars. And primarily, the segments of industry are going to be transportation, industrial, healthcare, utilities, agriculture. In fact, these are going to be the prime drivers of this technology, where the customer would need, a quick response to its requirement. How do Vertiv participate with partners? I think we talked about applications, we talked about video streaming, consumer application, IoT, social networking. I think when I look at it, the huge requirement on data center, which is resulting into the power consumption, which is also resulting into distributed edge locations, remote monitoring and services. When you look at the right hand of the slide, I mean, what currently partners typically look at switches, routers, servers, storage, and KVMs, as they have this as their core businesses. When with Vertiv collaboration, you will look at rack power, UPS, rack cooling, and services as integral part of solution in edge. That's where I think we see a great opportunity shaking hands with you. So there are biggies who are already deploying and putting their first foot forward on the technology. Amazon is putting, while they are, running a cloud, solutions, they are also putting their first foot forward by having on-premise solutions. So is HPE coming with Green Lake Push at edge as a solution. Dell is also pitching edge server as micro data center. With this, I think if I look at the research which was done by IBM, that was in 2019, okay, as operational responsiveness from edge computing with various sectors of industry like automotive, telecommunication, retail, this was a response given. That tells us that there is going to be immense opportunity unfolding over the period of time. While we look at, various layers of value chain, we look at, integral and systems, application software, cloud infrastructure, hardware, network, and facility. Vertiv falls in a layer of facility, and we would want to have partnership with partners like you, providing solution to the customer. Well, why Vertiv? I think it's very important for us to have an understanding why we want to collaborate with you, and what is your value proposition there. Well, I mean, I think I will start with comprehensive portfolio which we have towards deploying solution in this space. Uh, I see AC power as a component, which is prime component. DC power is a prime component, to the any data center. And we have products in thermal management, be it core data center, as or a small room, server room where we have even solutions there in that space. We have products in IT and edge infrastructure, which is more of PDUs, integrated solutions. And we have also services, which is where we talk about, how the whole operations can be managed end to end. With brands, we command the leadership position in most of the products which we handle. And these brands are well known in the industry, what we are talking about. Be it Libert, be it Evocent, be it Gas. Gas is a new inclusion almost a year back in the PDU range. I wanted to show this as end-to-end solution. What are we talking about really with the components or solution which we have? I think I'm coming from a background of core data center where we can deploy any of these components, and provide, support to the whole infrastructure, critical IT infrastructure. While we do that, while we are pioneer there, at the same time, we look at local application, which is more to do with integrated solution for racks, rows, and room applications in the form of a single rack deployment, or a closet, or a multi-rack. Okay. I also want to, talk about here with some examples, because I think we have been historically having interaction with partners, and I think we have been talking about some of the solutions which I talked about right now. But it's very important to see ourselves, how we are positioned and what are our success stories. I picked up some of the success stories with respect to our integrated application, solution. So the one which I'm talking about as an integrated smart rack is in one of the leading private banks. And we actually started when we analyzed their problems, which is how do they roll out their branches, what time taken, cascading effect into delayed operations and revenue realization, coordination with multiple vendors. And that was really a challenge for a bank, one of the leading bank. And I'm talking about when we started this as a discussion with them. Then we almost came out with, most of the solutions with respect to the integrated smart rack which we have. And they deployed the solution in all retail banking. And today they are very happy customers with us. And we are seeing this solution multiplying in most of the banking sectors, okay, on deployment of retail banking. Another success story which I would want to talk about is large media houses. And it's a very, very big media house. We analyze their problems again. How was it, with respect to the cooling, with respect to, the high electric bill they were experiencing, how wet floors were troubling them. And with that, I think, this was very, very important driving factor for them to look at a solution which really could ease out most of their problems. So we went ahead and, proposed them an integrated smart row, okay, which was, within precision cooling inside the system, monitoring, security, redundancy in the entire solution which we provided them. And with that, I think, we could see this solution doing very well in other media houses, as well. The third one, which I quickly want to touch upon, is, one of the customer, which is deemed university, where we saw that, that contents become very important for them. And in fact, they are very fed up upon old practices which are related to the dead server room or IT, setup. Uh, and that's where I think we could manage to get their mind share, and they were very happy deploying this solution. And we are seeing this as becoming trend over the period of time, where most of the universities and large educational setups are setting up the solution around our products. Well, I think the pharma is the last one, which I will take an example. There are many examples though, but I think I thought it's very apt to share it because I think pharma as a sector is doing well, is likely to do well over the period of time. So we went to them and we analyzed again, what are the areas they are facing challenge. So with that, I think we suggested them, the solution. And not only them, I think with that success story, along with a partner like you, we are able to manage, get a lot of opportunities from, a pharma industry, with respect to the smart row and smart rack, as a solution. Well, I started with, what is Vertiv. Then I think travel through the technology a bit about Edge, so that we all come on the same page. How Vertiv can come as a player, as an integrated solution along with your core businesses, and support your customers. Uh, Now, these few slides, I want to talk about how we can collaborate. I think the key here, which I think is three simple steps. This is the portal. If you can I think this portal, URL is available, and you can just log in this portal. You can visit a website, register yourself, okay, as a partner with us. The application gets submitted and analyzed, and then the entire ecosystem of support, okay, is exposed, made available to you. So what is it all about for you? While you register with us, there are various categories of partnership we choose depending on, how do we collaborate on the business growth and business enablement in the marketplace. So we look at deal registration as a process. We look at rebates, marketing development funds as one of the enabler for partners like you. We look at, training, an important need, because I think it's very important for you to get trained on the products and position them along with the solution to the customer. We are talking about how do we do relationship management, which is with respect to a dedicated manpower from our side who can take you through, visit customers along with you, and support you for sales activities, sales motions, and also a configurator which is available and which can help you to build solutions around our products, and sell to the customer. So right from pre-sales to post-sales and post-sales activities, I think all this is available, while we engage with each other and, get committed to each other as a business partner. So these are some of the loyalty programs which we run. I mean, I don't want to take much time here. I think while we interface, we will, share with you all that which is possible, engaging with Vertiv. Contact us. It will be pleasure to get back to you. I think we can you can drop a mail to me. I will deploy our team members, my colleagues, can get in touch with you, and you can also learn more about Vertiv, through blogs, LinkedIn, Facebook. I think all those platforms are available, for you, to learn more about Vertiv and before we get engaged. But trust me, I think we see a value in engaging with you, at least in a business platform which is about to take off. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, this is the first time, in fact, I'm not able to see anyone. So, I mean, I know a lot of, industry partners who have been there. At least we have been talking to each other, some of you. And I thank you for giving patient listening, to my, presentation. Thank you very much again.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay, for explaining to us on how Vertiv Energy provides solutions to every industry, including the data center modernization.